How's it going, everybody? It's the Cracked Gas Mask here, coming back at you with this bonus episodes of Bioshock in this challenge mode. I'm having fun. Okay, broke as hell, but that's okay. I feel like I should be able to do this one, maybe. I'm gonna check this one out, see how it looks. Security turret maze. Nice. 50% increase to all wrench damage. Exactly what I wanted. Get some photography done. Grounder? Sure. Damn turrets. Just getting as many pictures as the game's gonna let me get here.
I ain't afraid of failure, 'cause I ain't gonna fail.
Seems like everything. Well, wait, no, there's right there.
Let's take us all.
Hacking turrets automatically succeeds? What? I didn't know you could do that. And all this time, I've been not fucking taking pictures of turrets. I'm a buffoon. A maroon.
Have this stuff.
Power to the people.
I'm top dog!
Damn! Fucking got him. Well, that didn't work. Security bulldogs just didn't even work.
What is it? I shit bigger than you!
Okay. There's the big D. And this is exactly how I'm gonna deal with him. Got him.
Cause I ain't gonna fail. Rapture's for winners.
Is he fucking dead? Okay. Got him. I never got to test that fucking hacking thing. Okay. Let's do the hookers real quick. Wait. Okay.
Gonna take care of me. Come on. Please.
Get some schnappies. Increase damage. There's the power to the people. First thing I'm gonna do is go to the right. Make a new save real quick.
I'm sorry. You let me try again. Now. Come back. Don't. No, no, no. Come here and honey.
Now my wrench fucks him up good. Now that I got all the perks and shit. All the fucking... I got both wrench jockeys and the big daddy.
With me.
Trying to give a big daddy buff.
You're jealous, jealous! Come where I can see you. Oh, just getting to the best bit.
Okay. Let me just make sure I got all of them. Oh, hello. No big daddy. That's nice.
Off my stage! Get off!
Fucking got her. That's it? Okay.
Everything's safe now.
Just make sure there's nothing there. That's all of it. Shit, this might go by faster than I thought. Take this gift. Do this, and I'm gonna get incinerate 2. Okay, all that's left is Houdini's and I think the Big Daddy's.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Let's do the Houdini's.
Bring a picnic lunch and we'll make it stop! You think you can just take what you want? This is jungle. Yes? Hello? Oh, get the door, Sydney! What is that
I just want to see what's inside.
Go away! Vulgar little tramp! Run! That's all you're going to do, isn't it? Or is it?
Don't
You know
worry.
what they do, you vagrant tramp? This is
Damn hoe.
I guess I'll see him when fool season comes around. Yeah, I'll give him a shot.
Go on then!
Are you there? The nurse doesn't like you.
pretty well. Especially with the incinerate. It's pretty effortless.
Make it stop!
Got it. Somehow. There's the power to the people. There's still more left, though.
Quit, someone!
Cool. That means we only have the big daddies left, right? Cool. Let's see. Yeah, big daddies. All kinds of big daddies. Actually, yeah, that's a good point.
Welcome to the circus of... Bienvenido! Welcome to the circus of... Bienvenido al amor.
Okay, let's go get him. I've already taken pictures of these guys, so... Definitely gonna drop a quick save. Okay. This seems like a good place to start. That's the wrong kind of bolt. That's like a seed. I'm gonna start with the rosies here. Because rosies are mean, and I don't like them. What? Why? No! Okay. Okay, that's 2 down. Shit. Now it's just this guy. Yes, yes he is. Is that it? Did I beat it in 20 minutes? In this, well, not 20 minutes. Is this episode only like 20 minutes? I was planning to go to 30. Boss fight? To weapon the shit out of this
Welcome to the third comeback when you get some money, buddy.
Shut up. Is that it? Rescue.
Thank you, Mr. B. Bubbles and sunshine, bubbles.
Well, anybody, everybody, this has been the Cracked Gas Mask, hoping you can well, wait, okay. Hold on a second. Instead of doing that, let's check out the museum real quick. Welcome to the Museum of Orphaned Concepts, a guided tour of ideas that Irrational Games discarded or reworked heavily during the making of the original Bioshock. Not as much as a cut content as an Easter egg for observant museum visitors, these sea creatures can be seen swimming past the player's view during the bathysphere ride down to Rapture and Bioshock's opening sequence. Exhibit the Slow-Pro-Fum, Irrational's internal name for the prototype Big Daddy variant who mauled players with enormous hooks and fired iron bearings from a barrel, stood for slow projectile / fucked up melee. He survived long enough to become a fully functional AI, but the team eventually cut him to focus on polishing the other Big Daddy types. This model later appeared in Bioshock 2 as the Rumbler, throwing miniature turrets instead of shooting cannonballs. Early Bouncer. The original model for the Bouncer type of Big Daddy featured a flathead drill at the end of each arm. The Big Daddies were envisioned as the builders of Rapture, with weapons modified from tools that they would have used in its construction. When the Gatherers were reimagined as little sisters, one of the Bouncer's drills was changed to a glove hand so that the two characters could interact with each other. forest concept art. Irrational's artist tried to envisage how a underwater city would actually function in this early conceptual work of Rapture. One idea imagined a thick forest for the purpose of oxygen exchange, seen here with an observant catwalk running around the edge. The concept of using trees for oxygen exchange made into the final game in the Arcadia level. The Gatherer. It may be hard to imagine that this creature, whose job it was to reclaim Adam from corpses around Rapture, was the earliest iteration of the idea behind the Little Sister. Since the Gatherer generated absolutely no sympathy from the players, the team experimented with concepts for featuring a number of animals, including the infamous dog in a wheelchair, and later a grotesque miniature humanoid. Finally, a concept sketch of a deformed child inspired the Eureka moment responsible for the Little Sisters. Get a look at some of this concept art in the background. The Big Daddies, originally called Protectors, were envisioned as dive-suit construction workers retasked with the defense of atom gatherers. They used construction tools or improvised weapons that looked like they had been found on the seafloor. From left to right, they are early concepts for the melee, ranged, and slow projectile protectors. Melee, range, and whatever it said it was. Slow projectile protectors. Okay. This concept art, you're fucking loaded. The Grenadier Splicer. The Grey Elephantine Splicer was an early Grenadier from the same period of development as Stitchy and Hooker. He was a guy who spliced to carry around giant grenades and throw them at you, says lead artist Sean Robertson. The model was built and textured, but never animated. The location depicted here was built for the Vision demo of Bioshock, a small level demonstrating several of the key elements of the game, such as Big Daddies and Gatherers. This area appears in Neptune's Bounty level of Bioshock, but the bodies floating in the ocean were cut late in development when their cast shadows proved too distracting from the action in the room. Created around the same time as Stitchy and the Grenadier, the Splicer was dubbed the Hooker because of her weapon of choice. This concept evolved into the Spider Splicer when it was decided that Splicer models could fill any behavior on role, and the Hooker model later became the Baby Jane Splicer. I don't know who that is. Never heard of a Baby Jane Splicer.
Knock it off.
The first splicer that Irrational created for Bioshock, Stitchy, was used in many early concept demos and was fully functional in-game with kinematics, hit reactions, and voiceover. It took us that long to realize that he wasn't a good model, says lead artist Sean Robertson. This is probably the worst abortion that Irrational has ever made. Yeah. These are some of the first concept sketches to show Bioshock enemies moving in a more human-like direction. Artists coupled that approach with the idea that Adam deformed the body in a way that related to its intended function, for instance, a giant grotesque arm on a melee enemy. These are some of the first concept sketches to show Bioshock's enemies moving in a more human-like direction. Artists coupled the... Oh, okay, that's the same. Before solidifying the fiction around Adam, Irrational experimented with the idea of it being an external infected substance. Here you can see us playing around with Adam being mechanically injected, said lead artist Sean Robertson. So this Splicer's got vials of it on his belt. This model was created but never made it into the game in any form. Kind of looks like Billy from Dead by Daylight. Big Daddy concept art. This is an early concept depicting a Big Daddy bursting through a wall, which inspired the autolog in the Big Daddy training grounds area about the rogue Big Daddy. The player then encountered him at the end of the level. Look, he's still got the two fucking flathead drill arms. This is a concept sketch depicting what would later become Submarine Bay, an area which housed an important scene for Atlas. This character is essentially the missing link between the grotesque early designs and the human splicers that appeared in Bioshock. This is the last bad model we did before moving on to what actually went into the shipping game, says lead artist Sean Robertson. After playing with them for a while, we just said, why don't we use humans instead? I always thought of these as Scooby-Doo monsters because they were too inhuman to invoke empathy. He's probably upscaled too, maybe. Or maybe he was that big. I don't know. Ooh. This was the fourth protector concept, originally created with the organic slug attached to it. A model was started but never completed, as the team narrowed their focus to the finally just two Big Daddy types. I still like this as a protector, says artist Rob Waters. We started modeling it and I really pushed to get it in, even as just a static model on the floor, but it never made it. Crazy looking. These were some of the earliest pieces done for Bioshock from back when Irrational was still working on SWAT 4. The only concrete ideas at this point that were an undersea city and biological experimentation, so early concept focused on these themes. These were some of the earliest pieces done for... Oh, okay. It's the same thing. This character, diversely called Yamhand around Irrational Games, was the poster child of the conceptual phase that preceded the decision to go with human enemies. I'd point out the drawings behind the model, says lead artist Sean Robertson. You can see the top one got built, but the other two informed the design as well. As we turned it more towards humanoids, the Scooby monsters got goofier and less scarier. This was the first image that really captured all of the visual elements that made Bioshock Bioshock. A large view of the ocean, the aquatic lighting scene, and the elegant Art Deco design elements. Without this image, Bioshock would have been a radically different beast. This early concept for Sander Cohen's Fleet Hull was created after level building had begun, when the designers found that they were having difficulty conceptualizing the theater space. It was one of the earliest spaces built for Bioshock, and many of the assets used in the museum came from that area. I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, that that's everything. Or, wait. Did I get these? I don't think I did, so I'll read these real quick. Moving from grotesque to human was a slow process. While early concepts saw the melee enemies grew monstrous arms, the team had trouble conveying how someone who had spliced to become a marksman would appear. These are early concepts for the Rosie type of Big Daddy, who, like the Bouncer, was envisioned as a construction worker who had been repurposed as a protector for the Gatherers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's everything. So, this has been the Cracked Gas Mask, hoping you can breathe. Depending on your opinion of the video, the like and dislike buttons are down below. If you want to see more from me, you can of course subscribe. And remember, liking, disliking, and leaving a comment are all really good ways for you to tell me what you think of the video. And also, it helps get my videos recommended. So do me a favor, why don't you? I don't know when I'm going to start recording Bioshock 2, but I know that the episodes are definitely going to be shorter. I'm going to be doing like 30-minute episodes. That's my goal anyways. So I'll see you when that happens. Bye.